Now you may be wondering, where's Dee? She hasn't been with me for a few days. So when we left Karen's house in Mount Vernon, Karen took her in, drove her into Evansville, where she had a friend from high school that she hadn't seen for years, pick her up and then take her to her house. So Dee stayed, she may still be there, at her friend's house. And I stayed here, in Evansville at the hotel. And then Dee then decided that when she continues on, she wants to hike solo again, which is fine. When she first proposed hiking together back before Boonville, she indicated that it would probably be for a temporary period, but we may or may not cross paths again before the finish line here. So anyway, it was fun hiking with Dee, and all the best, Dee. Good luck to you, and hopefully we'll cross paths again maybe. And onward we go. All right, so Newburgh today, just 10 miles. And then tomorrow, how about that, Boonville, Indiana, and then Santa Claus, St. Meinrad, and all those places. Okie-doke. Just a brief comment. Whenever I pass these cemeteries, I always think of the people that have come and gone before us. I mentioned this a long time ago when I stayed at the first cemetery. What their lives were like and all that. And but something interesting about today, and actually ever since Missouri, is that I've sensed these shadows upon the land. Kind of a darkness interspersed with light here and there. And I sense a real great darkness when I get to Cincinnati and extending mostly for the rest of the journey. And it's a darkness that I think our land is going through, our society, our world. We've lost the sense of the sacred, I think. I think that we've lost the sense of goodness, and I think we've gotten away from God. And I believe also too, in many ways, we've gotten away from family life and the goodness of family. And when we lose family, we lose everything. So as I begin to finish this journey, I need to remember to pray more, not only for myself, for my own attempts at perfection, however feeble they are, but also for what's left of our great land and great society that may or may not be on the brink. So if you can, when you say your prayers, if you can just remember our great land, our great people, our great country, that we can get back to that sense of goodness and light, and get away from this worldly stuff. It's just dragging us down into the pit. Sorry for the downer message, but it's just what I'm feeling right now. So the final part of it is pray, hope, and don't worry. little by little and more as I get further east, further and further east. I think I'll be coming across those more often. In some ways, I really long for the first part of the trip. Big, wide open, lonely expanses out west. Something about it. So empty. So few people. So quiet. Yet it seems to talk to me. And I seem to hear it. It's kind of like that one song where it talks about, what is that song? Is it 19 maybe? I forget. The heavens proclaim the glory of God, and the earth I forget it. But no speech, no word is heard, yet their span extends through all the earth. Something about that. I'm in the town of Newburgh, Indiana. As you saw there, the Ohio River Scenic Byway. I'll be relatively close to the river tonight. I'm staying at the church on their land, on their ground, St. John Baptist Church. I called them up and said, "Yeah, you can camp here." So thank you very much, guys. And I think they're on a hill, so I might have a view of the river. I don't know. You know, something about today as well. The reason I hung around Evansville was because of the heat and the humidity that, you know, thus making the heat index high. It's supposed to be cooler today, 85. Guess what? It was like 91 or 92 with the humidity, so I think it was probably almost close to 100 degree heat index. So I'm kind of dragging here, although it was only 10 miles today. But tomorrow, the weather forecast assures me that it will only be 75. Let's see what happens. Huh? So here's historic Newburgh. Well, thanks, St. John the Baptist Church. Got camp out there under a nice big tree. And got to go to Mass and meet everybody. Paul, nice meeting you. Everybody else too. Thank you very much. Hopefully I can get back this way. So the plan for today is going up here to a place called Rose Hill Cafe, I think. Gonna get some breakfast. And then on into Boonville. There's a little park or a lake or something that'll camp at. And Boonville, I think I'll also get a little resupply because I have only a half-day supply. Oh, speaking of which, when I was packing up my stuff this morning, somebody gave me a goodie bag full of stuff, water, breakfast bars, some hand sanitizer, things like that. So thank you, whoever you were. And then when I got out of Mass, somebody had placed some pumpkin spice bread on my backpack. So whoever you were, thank you very much. All right, Rose Hill Cafe. Let's see what I can, what kind of damage I can do. Hey, something else about today too. It's cool. Look at this. I'm wearing long sleeves. All right. I'd guess it's probably, what, 62 maybe? It's supposed to get up to 75 today. So, nice and cool finally. Okay, well, I'm about halfway between Newburgh and Boonville, Indiana. What's been interesting about this section is that out here, I mean, I wouldn't call it in the middle of nowhere, but kind of somewhat countryside, has been these smatterings of subdivisions and nicer homes along this section here. This is State Route 261, I believe. Also, what I wanted to point out as well is that if you might remember in the video where I was coming out of Kansas City area into Pleasant Hill, and I came across a subdivision, had a little pond like this. Just kind of an interesting coincidence. I've been walking this road, and for the past few miles it's been pretty nice because it's had this shoulder here. As I was getting out of Newburgh, there wasn't really much shoulder, if any. In fact, it was like this up ahead, just the grass and the line. So, anyway, about 6 miles to go until Boonville, and then I think I need to get a little resupply, and then I'll stay at Scales Lake tonight. And then tomorrow, I forget where I'm going. Oh, Lincoln State Park. It would be interesting to come to an estate sale over here in this area compared to where I live. I'm wondering if, compared to where I live, there'd be a lot more chances for true antiques and old stuff. You know, because this area here was settled in the early 1800s, and from where I am, old is considered built in the 1950s or 40s, or from even down south in South Orange County, the 1960s. So, yeah. Now the nature of this area has kind of changed a little bit. I'm getting closer to Boonville, getting out of the subdivisions and getting to larger estates, if you want to call them, houses with a fair portion of land. It's still pretty much a quiet country road right now. Outside of Boonville, I came across this sign here, and I have a comment. That'll happen to the extent that we all cooperate. If we all continue to yell at each other and transgress each other, call each other names, turn away from keep doing things that he doesn't want us to do, then well, I guess he's only going to help us to the extent that we help ourselves, right? Howdy. I got into Boonville. I didn't take any pictures because basically it was just a busy road going through town there. Hi. And And I met up with a guy named Craig. He's helped out some ADT hikers, so we went and got something to eat. Thank you very much, Craig. And then he brought me here to this place called Scales Lake, which is just right outside of town. So I'm going to be staying right down there tonight. And you know what they told me? They told me I have to put up my tent and sleep in it. We'll see about that. But anyway, look what they have here. It's a petting zoo. And here's a little friend right here waiting for me. Hi, friend. You waiting for me? Yeah. I have nothing here for you. Nothing here for you. Yeah. How you doing, huh? How you doing, huh? Yeah. There you go. You don't like that, huh? Let's go over here. Let's see what kind of friends we have over here. Over here. Yeah, I don't have anything for you. And you didn't want me to pet your head. Okay. We'll come in and see you too. Got a little goat. You just gonna hang around there? Okay. Let's go in. I'm gonna go in here to see your friend. You're following me, huh? Hello? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hi. How you doing? How you doing, friend? There you go. Oh, you're a little bit more friendly, huh? Yeah, you know I don't have anything. All right. I'm gonna go out over here. Oh, careful, he bites. Oops. Oh, hi, you. I didn't see you over here. How you doing? Got a sign? No, no sign here. Hello there. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, look, somebody here. Are you the... Oh, it's you. Yeah, it's you again. Alright, so that was the petting zoo. There were a couple peacocks and chickens and a rabbit over there too. It's always nice getting up with the sun. And I guess the gardener back there likes getting up with the sun too. So I'm leaving Scales Lake. Craig is actually gonna come out here and meet me with a couple bagels and stuff. So that's nice. And then he's going to run me over a few miles over to Tennyson, where I'll then hike out to Lincoln State Park. So that'll be nice. I'm in Tennyson, Indiana. It's one of those towns that once was, and now it's just kind of quiet. A fire station right over there, and a few houses. Looks like there's something going on in this building here. I don't know what it is. I think it might be the American Legion. And then the post office is another building that's being used right there. Other than that, it's just, looks like now it's just a railroad crossing. Old bank. So, Tennyson, Indiana. Come on, kitty, come and see me. No? All right, well, I wanted to say something too as I'm leaving Tennyson here. Is Lincoln State Park. There's also That's also where the Lincoln Boyhood Home is. So we get to see where Abraham Lincoln stayed as a boy. Oh, to be able to go along the tracks. It cut off about a mile. It'd be fun too, but you know, that's trespassing, so darn. And those tracks are used. The rails you saw probably, they're shiny, so yeah, well. Here's the first monument I've ever come across commemorating the erection of a bridge. Huh. $1990. Looks still in pretty good shape. Almost 30 years old. That's pretty. Oh, look at that. I think we're coming up to a place called, well, maybe not yet, but I will be going through a place called Pigeon Creek. I don't know if this is it or not. I don't think it is. Actually, guess what? I just checked on the map. This is Little Pigeon Creek. Yeah, this reminds me of when Dee and I were coming off the River to River Trail and walking into Goreville. We were actually walking along a road that looked exactly like this with cows right there. And there was farm property up on a hill just like that. Huh. Here's a nice sign in front of somebody's house. We need more of that these days, don't we? Let's be good and kind to each other. You can always tell when you're getting ready to come into these little towns. You've got the water tower standing sentinel over it. Coming into Gentryville, and then after Gentryville is Lincoln State Park. I might try and make it past Lincoln State Park today and get into Santa Claus. I don't know, we'll see how I feel when I get there. Next stop, Gentryville, Indiana. I'll bet you can find some sort of good antiques here at the Antique Shack on the outskirts of Boonville. Quite a bit of stuff on the outside here. Yeah. Alright, so here's the extent, I think, of the commercial area of Gentryville. Stopped there in the Chuckles. It's Chuckles is a convenience store chain similar to Casey's, Circle K, all those ones that are attached to gas stations. So I got myself a lunch of champions. I got some cashews, yeah. And I got some protein, honey barbecue meat stick. This is a, which one is this? Slim Jim. And then I got a prime cut Jack Links right here. Then I got myself one of these. I don't know if you remember when I first came across these in Colorado, over on the way to the Great Sand Dunes. This cherry hibiscus, pretty good stuff. And then I'm going to top it off with RC Cola. I haven't had RC Cola for maybe 40 years. So I'm going to try it out and see what it tastes like again. Alright, so Lincoln Hills State Park is only 2.2 miles that way. So I think I'm going to just stop there and look at the Abraham Lincoln boyhood site and all that, and then continue on to Santa Claus. 6 miles, 6.5 miles to Santa Claus. This is just east of Gentryville, and I don't know why, but every time I pass by these cemeteries, I always feel a sense of, I don't know if the word is peace, but it's some sort of different feeling. Almost, it's something beyond just simply peace, but a sense of belonging, a sense of comfortableness. I don't know. I guess I'm not the only one to have been or to be walking along this road. It is quite pretty, isn't it? Well, here's a treat. There's a trail that, for the most part, parallels the road over there, taking me into the state park here. So it's pretty nice. Don't have to dodge traffic or walk on that hard asphalt. This trail here reminds me a little bit of the River to River Trail back in Illinois, and also it makes me think of what the River to River Trail should have been like. This is nice and maintained, no stickers to get through. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's been a nice trail so far. Now, where does this go? I hear the road up there. Maybe this is a shortcut. A shortcut? Huh? Did you say shortcut? Let's check it out. Watch out, might be rotted. No trains. All right, looks like somewhat of a path. Let's see how far it goes. Ta-da! And who said shortcuts don't work? I think this is the park headquarters for the Lincoln State Park. Hey, remember that sign? Where did we see it last? Did you say outside Creel Springs in Illinois? That's right. And now we're back onto it here in Indiana and going to Lincoln's boyhood home. Let's go see what that's all about. All right, so I don't know how much this memorial building with all its stuff I can show you. But here's something pretty interesting. This is a little representation of the home. I guess the central piece of the homes in those days was a hearth where it provided cooking and warmth and all that sort of stuff. And then land was aplenty. They could grow all their stuff, all their food that they needed here. And then there was lots of game in which they could hunt to provide their protein. And of course, nothing went to waste when they hunted. So the clothing was made of skins and stuff, leather. And here's some of the furnishings of a typical cabin of that period. But yeah, lots of stuff here, huh? Let's just zip right through it. You can, if you want, you look it up on the internet, the Lincoln Boyhood Memorial. I'm sure you can see most of this stuff online. Yep. Howdy. Huh. So you might remember, Lincoln was born in Kentucky, came to Indiana, finally ended up in Illinois. And speaking of Illinois as well, and again of Craig, and once again, Craig, thank you very much for your help and company. Craig attended college where the last remaining building stands where the Lincoln-Douglas debates took place. Forget the name of the college. Was it Parker College, Craig? But anyway, so there's a connection. All right. So everyone, this is Dan Cologne. I just met him here at Lincoln Memorial.
Yes.
And he does things like this here. And you have a website, right?
Yes.
What's the website?
Dan creates. No wait. What is it called?
Dan Designs Creative.
Dan Designs Creative.com. Okay. And he's got all sorts of drawings, so you should see this here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's like lifelike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so go to dansdesignscreative.com, see what he has, maybe buy some of his stuff, and all that sort of. Now, what's your name?
Kim.
Kim. Kim is here. Say hello, Kim.
Hello.
All right.
What a great pleasure.
All right, that was the Lincoln Memorial Hall and stuff. So now let's go see what's there in this boyhood home. I think it's just actually the foundation. I think I read something there. It's not really an actual house, but let's go see anyway, huh? All right, well, this is part of the old 100-acre farm where Abraham Lincoln spent, what was it, ages of 7 to 21, so 14 years. 1860 to 1830. So it was a fair-sized spread, 100 acres. In those days, 100 acres was that was a lot to take care of. Whereas today, 100 acres is, with all the modern technology and stuff, it's not that big of a spread. Anyway, I think we're coming up to the cabin site. All right, well, this would be the site of the cabin where Abraham Lincoln grew up. And again, from 1816 to 1830. So you can see they didn't really have a whole big space, and some people are getting back to that, what they call the mini house movement. Goes to prove you don't really need a whole lot of space to live in. I'm looking at that. It's probably not even 20 by 20, 400 square feet. So it's efficient use of space, Maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. All right, this was the Lincoln Boyhood Home and Memorial, and his old farm too. Let's get on to Santa Claus. Ching, 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 ching. Can you hear the sleigh bells ring? Are you listening? It's a nice day. I could have camped out here, but I just feel like going another 4 miles down the road so that my day tomorrow to the Abbey is only about 9 miles. I can get in some more spiritual time. All right, now how do I get out of here? Hear that? Listen. Listen up. Do you hear it? Yeah. Uh-huh. Welcome to Santa Claus. Hi, Santa. I've been good this year, I think. Let's go. Let's go see your town.